He was born unwanted, given up for adoption before he could speak his first word. Raised by a humble couple,
Got chills? Then you know this story deserves a like, a share, and a subscribe. Hit that bell so the next legend finds you before the world does.
Steve Jobs grew up different, curious, restless. While kids played games, he disassembled machines. He didn't just want to use things. He wanted to understand how they worked. In college, he dropped out, not because he couldn't do it, but because he didn't see the point. He followed his heart, not a syllabus. And somehow, that heart led him to a garage. In 1976, with Steve Wozniak, he built the first Apple computer. In a tiny garage with big dreams. It was simple, but revolutionary. He turned computers into tools, and then into companions. Apple became more than a company. It became a movement. But success doesn't always protect you. Just 9 years later, Steve Jobs was called into a boardroom and asked to leave the company he created. He was 30, fired from his own dream. He felt abandoned, ashamed, broken. He said it was the lowest point of his life. But looking back, he called it a gift. He didn't sit in sorrow. He built again. He started Next, a new kind of computer company. He bought a small animation studio, Pixar. That small studio, it made Toy Story and changed animation forever. Then, in 1997, Apple was sinking. The same company that had removed him was desperate, and they called him back. But Steve Jobs didn't come back angry. He came back with vision. He simplified, refocused, and reignited Apple. The iMac, the iPod, the iPhone, the iPad. One after another, he delivered masterpieces. He didn't just give Apple a second life. He gave the world a new way to live. But behind the brilliance, his time was running out. He was battling cancer. Quietly, bravely, yet he worked until his final days. In 2011, Steve Jobs passed away. But he left behind more than products. He left behind purpose. We're here to put a dent in the universe. He was rejected, fired, forgotten for a moment, but he returned, not as an employee, as a legend. So if life throws you out, remember this: sometimes your greatest comeback begins right after your hardest fall.